You hypnotize me. You hypnotize me. You hypnotize me. You hypnotize You hypnotize You hypnotize You hypnotize You hypnotize
Hey, Original OC with you on the Original OC channel. It is Sunday, May 12th, Mother's Day in the United States and around the world. Hope everybody is celebrating a great Mother's Day. We're doing a secret stream, secret Sunday stream. If you're watching, we got a few people watching. Type a comment in the chat. I will greet every single person who types in a comment. The link is pinned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the winner for the first comment of the day goes to Doc's Report. Secrets are my bread and butter news business. I hope, Docs, I hope you're having a very relaxing and enjoyable Sunday. If there are any significant mother figures in your life, hope they're having a great day. Yeah, I knew what you meant. The news business. I could understand you. Secrets are my bread and butter. Secrets. What kind of secrets? If you're in the news business, you got to be able to have secret sources, but also publish your findings and publish your analysis. And check out the Docs report. Great channel. Very, very good channel. You can find when a couple of mods pop on, they can drop the link to your channel in chat. By the way, if you go to my main channel page, it's one of the recommended channels. So if you just click on the original OC YouTube homepage, Docs Report is one of the recommended channels. So you can subscribe right from there. But let's be honest, every single person who watches this show is probably subscribed to the Docs Report. We got Chris J in the chat. Chris J, how are you doing? I'm doing really, really good. I hit Paris Baguette this morning for a couple of pastries and some matcha tea latte with Mrs. OC and my son, and just kind of hanging out. It's kind of a drizzly, cold day. It's 49 degrees, really, really cold. So not that great of a day for outdoors. Hitting the Neil Young concert tonight with my son, which is going to be fun, in honor of Tea and Tickers. I was on a live stream with him, and he mentioned that he was going to go see David Gilmour, who's awesome, the guitarist of Pink Floyd, later this year. And he mentioned that his grail would be to see Neil Young. And lo and behold, Neil Young is playing here tonight. So we're going to rock out to Neil Young. Good father-son moment. And we get to leave Mrs. OC alone in the house watching movies, so she'll appreciate it. That's her Mother's Day present. Docs Report says Neo Leonard in the headlines. Yeah, I saw something about that. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think these YouTubers getting in trouble. It's a lot of it's overblown nonsense. Some rapper suing him or something, or for something Nico said in a video. Not exciting. Not exciting to me. Is that really the top headline of the day, Lex? If you want to come on and talk about it, the link is pinned. If you want to have a conversation, if anybody wants to come on the panel and have a conversation, it's open panel today. Hey, we've got Goldfinger 0808 in the chat. Happy Mother's Day, buddy. Thank you so much. I will pass along those greetings to my mom, who I already talked to about half an hour ago in California, and Mrs. OC, who does an incredible job to our two, I was gonna say kids, but they're 23 and 22 basically now, so, or whatever they are, 23 and 21. They're gonna be 20. My son's gonna be 21 soon. So very, very cool. MD Chaz asks, is your son a lot like you, an old man? He definitely loves old music, that's for sure. So he's a guitarist and a musician and a filmmaker. So he's definitely on the artistic side, but he definitely loves the Kinks and a lot of old punk and Zeppelin, and he has a very, very diverse taste in music, but a lot more diverse than I do. And he listens to a lot of music. I mean, a lot. And he watches a lot of movies. I think he watches over 1,000 movies a year on average. So he's typically watching, 20 movies a week. Not just, so he really loves it. He's learning his craft there. Privacy is very important. Yes, privacy is important. I think one of the things that people know about me is when they tell me things in private, they remain in private. And that's, I think, something that has earned me the respect. Maybe not the likeness. Not everybody loves me, but they do respect the fact that when they have conversations with me, that I don't share screenshots. I don't blab their business to anybody else. I don't reveal contents of private conversations. Unlike other people who, the second you send them a text message, they read it on the live stream. If that's fine for them, then that's that's the way they do business, but that's not the way I operate. And I'm pretty sure that my way is the more honorable way. Hey, Tea and Tickers is here. Tea and Tickers. It's a rapper. It's a famous boxer. Oh, it's not a rapper. It's a famous boxer. Okay, so it wasn't a rapper. So I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble. Hey, Marcelo Time's in the chat. Look at this. Marcelo Time. Hey, sorry I don't jump on now because it's 3 a.m. What are you doing awake at 3 a.m.? I will not be on when it's morning time in Tokyo, but definitely one time I don't mind having Marcelo on. Marcelo's cool. Listen, I think one of the great things about the recent events over the past several weeks is that we are absolutely tearing down the walls between the live streams. We're getting rid of the fake feuds. We're getting rid of the fake wars. Like we're seeing people, like people who used to watch Tim jumping on the dungeon and being in the chat in the dungeon and going on Archie's show. You saw Lucha Bedek jumping on Archie's show. You see a lot of the people from JJ show jumping on the colony. You see people from the colony going on JJ. It's a lot. There's a lot of the, I'm not going to call it animosity, but a lot of the apprehension about being seen, in the chat of somebody else's show or going on somebody else's panel. All of that is gone. I mean, Lucha had a great show this morning, Lucha Bedek Time. Check out that channel. That's also a recommended channel on my YouTube homepage. This morning he had Mental Jock, George Varghese, Brian, me, Tea and Tickers. I mean, it was a great panel. I was only on for a couple of minutes, so exclude myself from that. But it was a great panel without me, So those are the kinds of barriers that we're breaking down. We're building bridges, building a bigger community of people, and that's what it's all about. So that is a good silver lining that came out of everything. Thumbs up for Marcelo. By the way, thumbs up reminds everybody to like the show. Well, wow, we have 12 likes already. That's pretty good. You guys are amazing. I think I never have to tell you guys to like the show, which is really, really cool. So thank you for that. And that's it. Good show. We've reached the end of the comments. I do want to quickly cover some boring stuff that happened. It was a big week in Geneva. We had lots of auctions. We had there's a Schumacher auction coming up tomorrow, I believe. Oh, I think it might have gotten moved to Tuesday. There's all kinds of auctions going on over the past several days. Philips did an auction. There was the Only watch auction. There was a Christie's auction. All kinds of stuff going on. So, but for those of you who missed it, some really interesting results from the Only Watch 24 auction, which was postponed from 2023. Some of these are really interesting. I mean, there's like 30 lots here. Tell you what. What I'll do is I'll drop the link to the auction results in the chat. Okay, boom. And if anybody has a particular lot that they want me to pull up, I'll pull it up. Otherwise, I'll just kind of zoom to a couple of my favorites, like this Baltic, 55,000. This was actually a really, really good looking watch in person. I saw all of these watches in person a few months back, several months back in New York at the exhibition. But it was good to see Baltic come up with a big hit at the show, at the auction. Let's see, who else was really cool? I mean, I really like that one with the silicon wafer. Let's see if we can find that one. Yikes, it's not that one. Yikes, not that one. But there was one that was this. Which one was the one with the silicon wafer? And it actually didn't do very well, unfortunately. You guys check this one out. This was the F Pigeon. Estimates were 200 to 400,000, and it ended up hammering at 2 million Swiss francs, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's not that great of a looking watch, to be honest. It's not that great. Speaking of not that great looking,
Cheers, man. Thank you.
what's up? What's up, Tickers?
Sorry, I don't sound brilliant today because I've got my shit headset.
No, you sound fine. You sound fine. We can hear you.
Well, that's good. That's good. Any military stuff in that ocean?
No, there's no military stuff at all, thankfully.
Oh, nothing. Thankfully.
No, all of the stuff is kind of ornate and over the top.
Oh, anything like, I don't know, anything like even like a Tudor sub, something, you know, anything.
Nope.
Slightly, no, it was all
nothing
completely
like that.
over the fucking top stuff on it. That sounds a bit.
This is one of the ones that was a big disappointment.
This was a big disappointment.
Gerald Genta. For some reason they put a massive estimate on this one of up to 500,000 was the high end of the estimate.
Really, for that?
Yeah.
They're taking the mick. Sorry.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse.
It closed at 170,000.
Wow, bargain. Up to.
Yep. Here's Grunfeld. I mean, these are just way over the top, colorful. They're almost like artwork. This was a cool one. This was a collaboration between Moser and MB&F. So it's like an MB&F dial inside of a Streamliner case.
Oh, wow.
380,000. This one's a pretty cool one. Hermes. This is actually affordable, 60,000.
Wow. It's affordable to some. Fuck me dead. I wouldn't be spending that kind of money, would I?
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's got the rainbow bezel, which is not everybody's cup of tea. No pun intended. Yeah, and it's also got the really bad L. Angeles on the date on the city wheel. This is a crazy looking Hublot, but let's see. I was on a mission to find. This is the Rolling Stones, Jacques Drouot. This is the Konstantin Chaikin, right? Yep, Stargazer. Oh, here's the Cryon. This is a beautiful looking watch. Looks like a painting.
That's quite nice. But how much is that?
That one sold for 440,000.
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
This one didn't sell. This is a Laurent Ferrier. This one, I think they either pulled out or it didn't sell at all.
Okay. Wow.
I'm on a mission to find the one. Here it is, the silicon wafer. This is the Louis Moinet, and these dials are made of silicon wafers. This one didn't sell at all either. I think they pulled it out. So what's up? What's up with you, Tickers? What's going on?
No, not much. Sunday evening. It's now nearly 7 o'clock in the evening. I've been outside all day, just chilling in the garden. Been on.
You froze. Is that me or you?
Yeah, just chilling today. All good. Yes.
Shout out to Crappy Luxury. What's up, Crappy? He wishes everyone a good morning. It is now afternoon on the East Coast, so.
What time are you setting off for the gig?
In about 4 hours. 4 hours.
How long's the journey?
It's like a 45-minute drive, maybe 50 minutes. Yeah, not far away.
Excellent. Wow.
It's going to be fun. Sorry you can't be there.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I never got Neil. There's a friend, and there was a couple of brothers who are now, and I've known them for like most of them like 40. I don't know, 40 odd years. And the older brother was always into Neil Young, and I never kind of got him for ages.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, I went round to the house and he put on, On the Beach. It's just a classic. It's actually a classic trippy Neil Young album. He actually was on I think he was drugged up to the eyeballs when he when he played that when he made that album, and he just chilled out and listened to it, and I kind of just got him, and then just went out and bought a load of Neil Young. Right,
There you
I
go.
was thinking I need to go and see this guy, but he's very elusive.
I think he's going to play for like over 2.5 hours tonight. I hope so. I hope he plays long.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's amazing because remember he Donald Trump tried to use some of his music, and he sued Donald Trump to put a cease and
Yeah.
desist on for using his music.
What song was it? What song was he trying to use?
It might have been "Rocking the Free World," to be honest. I
Yeah.
think that was probably the one he did.
He doesn't play. He hasn't played that in the set anymore.
Doesn't he?
No, I
Oh,
looked over the
see.
set list. Yeah, he's not playing
He
that.
looked at the set list, right? I mean, it's very. I mean, I'm very surprised when he played when he just Cortez the Killer at the beginning. That's a classic. That's like he's he's his main one of his main ones. I didn't expect that to be at the beginning. Just like the Eagles, they used to start off with Hotel California.
Oh
And
yeah,
when I
just to get it out of the way.
Well, I went to see them and I saw people arrive. I saw up in Manchester a few years ago, and these people just rocked up. I thought, you've missed it. You've bloody missed it. You've missed the absolute classic California. You just don't be missing that.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was Bob Seger one time, and I think I bought the ticket later or whatever, and I didn't know he was going to start right at like 7:30 or something, and then I ended up missed the first song, so and it was something big
Yeah,
song.
you don't be missing it, especially you don't want to be missing the big songs. But wow, Neil Young, he'll be bloody good, man. If he does. Long
It's
as he
good. It's
does
sold.
everything.
It's pretty, and it's sold out. So I'm expecting 15,000 crazy people. A lot of drunk.
Wow.
A lot of people. It's good for me because a lot of the people will be older than I am, much older. So I'll
Right.
be one of the young ones. So
I said, I remember he hates people just not paying attention and stuff. I read something a couple of years ago. There was this woman. She was at the front, and instead of watching him, she was busy on the phone. She was like this. She was busy playing on the phone like this. And he's got a song called "Fucking Up." And the chorus goes, "Why do I keep fucking up?" So he goes in front of her, and he's singing in her face, and she's just oblivious because she's not looking up. And he's going, "Why do I keep fucking up?" right in front of her. And then she kind of looks up for the phone, and there's like Neil Young right on the stage above it.
have you haven't reviewed the set lists for the show tonight, have you?
No, I haven't. No, I looked at. No, because there's a video out from the first concert he did on this tour like 10 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched that. So I kind of have an idea what he does.
So you have an idea, but so he's fucking up is in the set.
I think it is, yes.
Yeah.
And I did a quick look at Setlist FM, and I noticed that one day Cortez didn't start off, but all the rest were. Cortez started the rest of the time. So I thought, I'm surprised you've never heard that song before.
Yeah, I mean it's a great song. I love the chord changes in it. It's a good song.
But that album I gave you, which is what we call "Way Down in the Rust Bucket," it was bootlegged for years. Loads of people. It's been going around as a bootleg.
Mm-hmm.
And he dug it from the archives and he cleaned it all up and everything and released it. And I've heard lots of gigs, and it's amazing set, and every song he starts off new enough with a guitar solo before he even starts singing. It's very very good. It's a very good album.
Yeah, my son was listened to a couple of albums, like his two big albums. I can't remember, two big studio albums. If you know the names of them, that it'll come back to me. But he said,
Doomer, maybe one of them.
No.
I mean, there's about 15 or 20. There's a lot of big albums he does.
Let's see, biggest Neil Young albums.
Psychedelic Pill, maybe.
Harvest is the first one.
Oh yeah, the acoustic one. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
I can't
maybe
remember the
Harvest
second one.
Moon as well. Harvest and Harvest Moon, maybe the two. Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna listen to the set list on the way down and enjoy.
Oh, oh, great, excellent. And Watches on Wood says Chick has been losing internet all day. He's got the UK bandwidth. Basically, I'm now Watches on Wood. I'm in the garden, and the router's, I don't know, 50 foot away from me if you through a wall. So that's why.
Sounds pretty good. We can actually understand you for a change, which is good.
Oh, okay.
To the 20 people who are watching, thank you. It's an open panel, open topics. So we're just having a conversation, Tickers and myself. So if you're bored, sorry, but you can change the subject by asking a question or jumping on the panel, or if you have a question about the Only Watch auction or the Philips auctions that closed. We had a Philips auction this morning, started at I think 8 a.m. I was watching a little bit of it. I was actually thinking about starting a stream and doing one of my old-fashioned live auction streams, but I'm like, we'll probably go to breakfast, and I'll save that for another day. Maybe I'll stream live from the Sylvester Stallone auction.
When's
That'll be fun.
when's that? When's Sylvester Stallone?
That one's June 8th. June 8th.
Oh, that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. I was considering streaming the Mike Tyson Jake Paul boxing match is on free apparently. It's on Netflix free, I think. So I might stream that when it comes on. That could be quite interesting.
You're a big fan of boxing and MMA, or just boxing?
I like boxing from years ago. I used to watch, of course, over here. It used to be all free. There was no Sky. It was on channel ITV or Channel 4 or whatever it was, and I used to watch the early Mike Tyson, proper Mike Tyson with his. It's amazing. I used to watch on the whole field and all the. I used to watch. So I did quite.
Yeah.
I've never been to one, but I used to watch it all on TV.
Yeah, I can't remember the last big fight. I think it was one of those big Manny Pacquiao versus like Floyd Mayweather or something. That was like the last big one that it was like the rematch or something like that. I think did they do 3 of them? It was the one where like Mayweather got paid like 500 million or something.
Ridiculous, isn't it? It is ridiculous. Yeah. Tyson Fury's fighting this coming Saturday. He's fighting Youssef again. That should be good. That's
Is Tyson Fury the one that is involved? You mentioned that there was a boxer that was suing Nico Leonard about something.
Oh no, that's Carl Frampton. Well, it's an ex-boxer, world champion Carl Frampton, but he's a boxing pundit now. He'll be on the show. He'll be talking about this big fight next week. And what's supposed to happen? Nico Leonard's supposed to have revealed about a watch that he's supposed to have bought, which he didn't want anyone knowing.
Oh.
Whichever it was, and whether it's a Mitchell Mill or whatever like that, which is supposed to have compromised him.
But if he's a successful boxer, then
you'd expect
wealthy.
Him to. You'd expect. Yeah, he's wealthy. You'd expect him to have.
It's like, hey, people know I have an expensive watch. They're going to target me now. They're going to look. They're going to break into my house.
Fuck me. He doesn't have an expensive watch. His wife will have an expensive diamond something, or he'll have something expensive. You know what I mean? It's bollocks, isn't it? But that's what. Apparently, he sued.
That's Ticker's internet again. If anybody wants to jump on with good internet, feel free. The link is in the chat.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's what.
It's all right. It's good only listening to 2/3 of what you say.
The thing about it, you see, we could have kept it. Got this mystery guesting. We could have said it was OC. It's not, because OC is spicy. OC is spicy tonight.
I haven't heard any of the clues or whatever. I just heard a couple of them. And then I heard that some of the clues were intentional misdirection. So at that point, it's like, it's like Jamie's going to milk this thing for all it's worth. There may not be any guest. So
So
he loves the spotlight, doesn't he?
yeah, okay, something might happen because come on, Reggie, get off the keyboard, you fucker. Come on. Oh Jesus Christ! How much fucking? I'm holding one, and now Reggie. There's Reggie. Hello, Reggie. Just stop stepping on the keyboard, boy. Come on. Come on. You get your fame. You get your fame on a Tuesday night. Come on, boy. Yeah. So it's it's a famous YouTuber who has his own channel.
That rules me out.
Yeah, who has his own channel, and he's spicy, and he's worried about security. And that's as far as we've
Yeah.
got.
But apparently, someone said that you had guessed the name. That you had guessed the name.
I did.
But then
I did guess the name. I came
Oh,
up with a
sorry.
name, and I hit Jamie with it. I tell you, I told him a load of other names. It wasn't first, and then a few days later, I guessed it properly, and it was correct.
yeah, I don't. But I think he's telling everybody that they guessed it correctly. Just
No,
so they
no
can,
one else is supposed to
no,
guess it correctly at all.
no. He's going to go behind the scenes and tell everybody that they've guessed it correctly, so they can continue to talk about it and
Right.
pump up this whole thing. This is his
Narrative.
this is his epic moment in the community. The organizing this mansion in London or whatever, where it's a Big Brother house where he's got cameras all over the place recording everything in the
I have
bathroom.
actually thought that I wondered whether the whole thing was bullshit, and the fact is, the person who told me it is, he's not that at all. He's he's even had me on.
Yeah, well,
Honestly.
I mean, but you believe you got it. You think it makes sense.
I think I've got it.
Okay.
I have a caveat that the fact is he has told me that this person I've said is that, so I believe it and take it at face value, but I might be fucking wrong.
Jamie's a very trustworthy person. I would believe him. America says Tickers must be a billionaire. His internet is trash. And then Mal says Tickers is being catfished. Yeah, he doesn't. Jamie's doing these poolside live streams, just grinning from ear to ear about everybody pontificating about what's going on.
The $1 million question that Mal's asking, which has been asked probably a lot of times. How many? Honestly, I know I've asked you 3 or 4 times, but how many inbox questions have you had of that? What Mal's asking on the bottom? How many questions? How many times has someone pinged you that?
You know, I haven't been to London since 1999. I went on business to Amsterdam. I was head of marketing for a company, and we were doing a big trade show there. And that trade show required me to be there a week in advance. Actually, it was almost like 10 days in advance, setting up the booth. It's like one of these big giant booths for a convention. So we did that, and then afterwards went to London for 3 days.
Wow.
My wife flew from LA to London direct, and then we were in London for like 3 or 4 days, and that was the last time I was in London, 1999. I remember it was right after, I think it was after Princess Diana died, if I recall. I don't remember exactly when she died, but it was right around
97, maybe or something like
that. So it was maybe a couple of years after that, and we had a really good time just seeing everything there.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back. London, I hear great things about London. I mean, I hear a lot of stuff about London, about the crime and the
probably no worse than any big city in America. Probably New York. Come on, there's not zero in New York, is there? Come on, maybe.
No, but New York's pretty safe. I mean, sometimes when you bring up London, people will say, "Oh no, London's way worse than New York," and I probably believe that. No, but one of these days we'll get back to London. I know I was just talking to her about maybe doing a cruise to Italy, like we fly to somewhere in Europe and then we do a cruise around Italy and Greece or something like that. So maybe that's on the horizon. We'll see.
Did you used to live in LA then?
Yes.
I love LA.
Yeah,
I do love LA. I've been there loads of times. And when I was in the 90s, I went there with the 4 of us who went there in our 30s. We hired a couple of convertibles and just drove around California and that Nevada for 2 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
out the window thinking we're really cool lads.
The dogs are playing with their toys. Is that the noise that I hear in the background?
The dogs are doing fucking zoomies on the sofa behind what I'm sitting on, just
Oh,
fucking
okay.
about and scraping the cushions. It's like the cushion stuff.
Yeah, that's what I
Busy.
can hear.
Yeah, they're
Watch,
busy.
Watches on Wood says London isn't bad at all. OC, just tell us when you're coming, what watches you're bringing, and where you'll be staying,
yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
make sure the
Listen,
boys look after
boys,
you.
look after you. Yeah, yeah. You'll be looked after.
Yeah, I think if you're in a group of people, 2 or 3 people,
Yeah,
hopefully that's enough to deter these guys. But a lot of these robbers are very shrewd. They come up on these motorbikes or these mopeds, and
yeah.
you
Do
don't
you
have
own
a
a
lot of time to
Do
react.
you own a G? Do you own a G Shock?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
have a
own a
G-Shock.
G
Yes,
Shock?
I do.
Yeah, you just put a G Shock on, and then put your nice watch on when in the show, and then put your G Shock on when you go out again.
Yeah,
These
I
people,
think I'd like to wear my nice watch out just to say
fuck
"f
you,
you."
big
Yeah,
fuck you moment.
you
Yeah,
can't scare me. So we'll see.
yeah, yeah.
But thanks for the comment. Watches on Wood. Yeah, I'll make sure to give you my full itinerary so you can advise your associates
Yeah, and also if you
exactly
can
where I'll
remember,
be.
he'll post the number of the room safe on there on social media as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Guys, we have over 25 people watching. If you are not subscribed, please take the opportunity to subscribe to the original OC channel. This is a new channel. I'm actually trying to get to 400 subs. That's my milestone that I'd like to get to by the end of the month. So if you can help me by telling your friends or anybody that owns several troll accounts to
Yeah,
subscribe, that'd be
yeah,
great.
yeah. He's not proud. He'll take any troll.
I'll
He'll
take
take
any, I'll take any, yeah,
400
anything,
troll accounts.
400 troll accounts, whatever. I'll, if you know an Indian bot farm that's cheap, just message me offline. But thank you
Oh,
guys.
it's know
Thank you
what
guys.
yeah,
Thank
you're
you for
so much.
subscribing, and make sure you like the show. Let's try to get to 25 likes. By the way, I want to say hi to some people have joined the chat. I want to say hi to Happy Meal, which is Curly. Shh, don't tell anybody. Shh.
Oh, okay.
It's Happy Meal. And I want to say hi to Gorilla Time, which is George. George says, "OC, you will be fine." Okay, cool. He lives in Dubai, but he's a British guy, originally from London, I believe. So he says, "Don't do stupid stuff," and it's all okay. All right, I won't do any stupid stuff if I ever go to London. Thank you. Question from Crappy Luxury to my special guest, T and Tickers. Tickers, what is your favorite or best music store for guitars in London, or maybe the London area, or in England?
Yeah, okay. There's a couple of stuff. I don't know. I haven't been to London for years shopping for guitars. A lot of the main street, Denmark Street, have all closed down. All that used to be the place in the 60s, Denmark Street. A lot of famous guitars shops there. But there's one called GAC, which is in Brighton, which is guitars and keyboards. But they do a lot of nice. And there's also Anderton's music store in Guildford. That's a nice store as well. You just
There you
go,
go.
you want the ones where you just go in and if and you can just grab a guitar and sort of ask somebody, grab a guitar, and go in a room and have a play. And they're not hovering around bothering you all the time. You know what I mean? Just leave you to it.
I'm wondering why Crappy is asking. Is he planning on being in London and he wants to shop for guitars? Or is
I
he just
don't know.
asking? Are you going to London, Crappy?
Yeah, you go to London, Crappy. Let me know. Meet up. Go play some guitar. There's a new Gibson store that's supposed to have opened, and there's King Road Guitars that's supposed to be King's Road in London. But that's very high end stuff. That's vintage stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, vintage.
Mal says, and this is very funny, if you wear a G-Shock, the criminals win. If you wear a Tudor, nobody wins. Oh, that's good. Mal knows me too well. Thank you. Chris J says Paul T. That's Paul Thorpe, I believe. Paul Thorpe said
Yes.
New York is much safer than London. Okay, but then I believe him because was just in Philadelphia and New York this week, and of course he knows London. So
Yeah.
if he says New, yeah, so I believe him. Yeah.
I've not been to New York yet.
Well, you will. You're coming for Watch Time New York, right? Oh, there's going to be like 100 people from the multiverse there. It's going to be insane. You have to come.
Ugh.
You have to.
There's
Don't
so
even
many
don't.
places. I've got so many places I've got to go and go. I've got so many places I want to go and go see. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I want to go to Florida because Brian invited me over to Florida and he'd put me up.
The
Florida,
weather will be much nicer there. That's for
nice.
sure.
Yeah, but I'm not a sun king. Jesus, I'm blonde as burn. I fry. I just can't. I can't tan a burn. I've got there. I'd like to go to Japan at one point because I love all the samurai stuff. I love all that stuff. I'd love to go to the museums and see all that. I love all the samurai cultures. I'd like to go to Japan at one point. I'd like to go and see one of my current favourite artists, Jason Isbell, play at the Ryman Theatre, which is near Nashville. It's
Yeah.
like what the Royal Albert Hall is to Eric Clapton, like a residency thing.
Hey, you've mentioned say Jason Isbell?
Jason Isbell, yes.
You've mentioned him before. I remember when you did the song on guitar. I think wasn't it a Jason Isbell song that you did?
Yeah,
Or
Cover Me Up probably, which you're playing.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, Jason
Wh-
Isbell. I've seen him.
Why I remember that from 2 years ago, I'm not quite sure, but I do.
Okay, yeah, he's just amazing singer guitarist, just fantastic. Yeah.
Happy Meal says Mother's Day on YouTube. Criminal. Mrs. OC's right upstairs. OC, I have made. Let's see. OC, I have made it into the big leagues. WR is doing a special on both of us. Okay. Thank you. Whatever that means. Hey, Gorilla Time says I've subbed already with my 40 accounts. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you wear a G-Shock, the criminals win. Yep, I already said that. Thank you. I want to say hi to America 5811 in the chat. What's up? And MD Chaz says mopeds have pedals, scooters don't. Calling a scooter a moped is like calling a platinum Day-Day to Swatch. Is it really? Okay, so it's a scooter. That's what they're called. The little things. Okay, got it. I won't make that mistake again. I thought it was, moped, scooter. I thought they were
Yeah.
interchangeable, but apparently not. So it's a scooter. All right. Sorry. Hey, Mr. Tudor to you is here. 4P, 9P. Thank you. These coded messages are hard to understand. I have
4P.
no idea what you're talking about.
I
But
know that means. I know.
thank you for being here. Hey, APIZ is here. Hey, OC, what's up, APIZ? Good to have you in the chat. You're not banned. Your comments are not being blocked. Mods do not block or ban any comments from APIZ. Thank you. I will ban them personally. Look forward to have a cigar with you and catch up. I don't know who this is. What do you mean have a cigar with me? Are you coming to New York? Or is this Luchabetic Times troll account? Because I will see Luchabetic Time and Evan G, Mr. G, and maybe one other person tomorrow, meeting up for dinner. We have Gildan here. Gildan says tickers. Do you know Gildan?
Is that a trophy? Is that a trophy at the end of it? What's that?
It is.
Because, yeah, I
It's
don't
a
know.
trophy.
No, I don't know Gildan, unless he goes by another name. Maybe he's a Jason Isbell fan because I'm talking about Jason Isbell.
Yep. Mr. Tudor to you reminds us, let's check in with him before going to Nashville. Absolutely. I will not go to Nashville without checking in with Mr. Tudor to you and Logan Hall. They're my two ambassadors in Nashville.
I think that was to me actually, because I was talking about going to Nashville. I guess that was to me, even though it doesn't say tickers. I was
Yeah.
talking about going to Nashville, so
Oh yeah, you
all
should, yeah. If
yeah,
you're going to
not
Nashville,
all of,
check in with Mr.
yeah,
Tutor to You and Logan Hall.
yeah. It's your show, but it's not all about you.
Well, I thought it
I
was. Crappy Luxury says, Tickers, have you been to Liverpool?
Any story? I've only been to Liverpool, I think, a couple of times for gigs, low key gigs. So I haven't really got any stories. No, I haven't done all the Beatles memorabilia stuff because remember at the time in the 60s, it was the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, and I didn't like that. I wasn't really obviously six. I was only 4 or 5, but now I'd choose the Rolling Stones over the Beatles. So I haven't really been on the old
So
tourist.
for music reasons only, you refuse to go to Liverpool. You don't care about Liverpool.
It's supposed to be really good and cosmopolitan and good for shopping and stuff, but I don't really kind of. I don't care for it. What's it? That's right. So we need to check your creds before entry. Really? What? Into Nashville? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, they want to treat you right. They want to give you some very spicy barbecue food. You know.
Don't do spice, man. No.
Oh, you can go to Nashville. They're going to hook you up.
Just take me to a decent guitar store and put a guitar in my hand, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I got. It looks like America and Happy Meal are talking about fishing in the chat or vacation locations. If you guys want to jump on the stream, hey, Curly's always welcome on this show if he has time. If not, I totally understand. He's a busy guy, and he's good at decompartmentalizing. You know, it's like when he's on the stream or doing research for the stream, he's on the stream. He's in the zone. He's in the zone, and when he's relaxing or spending time with his family, that's what he's doing. And I admire that. One person I don't admire is okay. I'll take it. It was a good segue, but let's see if it works. One person I don't admire is Mr. Tutor to You. Okay, I do admire you, but you're on mute, by the way.
How much tutor to you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Tutor to You is on the panel. Welcome to the panel, but you're on mute, so we can't hear you. But that's okay. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm still learning here, right?
It's okay. Happy Meal says Kings will be rolling in soon. Merrick, what does Kings mean? What the hell? All right, let them have their chat. They can have their chat in there. What do we have going on here? What do we have happening here? Okay, we're having drinks. Poolside cocktails. Okay, are you still at the is it the Biltmore in Coral Gables, Florida?
Oh.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, this
it's like
is
OC. It's like OC's back garden.
Yeah, just a little bit bigger. It's just you know, and you got the Wi-Fi working, so we've got some. Oh, look at this! The Celebration dial, Oyster Perpetual from Rolex. That's right. When you go poolside, you're not wearing a Tudor. You're wearing Rolex. Smart. Oh, and you've got the Submariner no date. Recent pickup. Listen, to that a beautiful couple, both wearing Rolexes. With a name like Mr. Tutor to You.
Tutor to You. I was thinking that. I was like, what's wearing?
Isn't that sweet vindication for Rolex? Come on. That's awesome. That's all you need to know about the strength of the Tudor brand. Let's see. What would I order if I would choose a pina colada if I were, or a strawberry daiquiri? So what are you getting? Just zoom in a little bit closer. Cocoa mango. Okay. So that's like a drink inside of like a half coconut maybe. Very cool. I like the frozen cocktails myself. I love pina colada and strawberry daiquiri. I just like sweet stuff. And so those would be my choices. I know those are the girly soy drinks to get, but that's what I get. So.
Yeah, I'll be coming in and out, just entertain you guys. Just give you guys a view here. That's all.
Just you can stay on mute. The visuals are fantastic. So.
All right. I might walk through the lobby for you guys too.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, you've got the big screen. So Tickers is a good guest. No hate, good stories. I agree with that. There's
Thank you.
never have any hate. There's not an unkind word ever comes out of Ticker's mouth. No dicks in the ear as far as I've ever experienced.
No, not if you. The someone who gets the dick in the ear, they really, really deserve it.
Look at that. We've got food. We got some food. We got seafood Cobb salad. We've got some Caesar salad. Interesting. I love food poolside. You know what's great poolside, Tickers? Hamburger and French fries.
Ooh.
Perfect poolside food. America says kings are Chinook salmon. OC, get with I have no idea. I had no idea what kings are. I guess that means king salmon. Kings are Chinook salmon. Okay, sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. But yeah, fishing. I'd love to talk to Curly one day about fishing. I understand. I kind of get it. Like, you wake up early. It's the crack of dawn. You have the bait, and it's you and the rod, and you're casting, and the thrill of catching. I get it. It's solitary. You're alone with your thoughts. Is there anything else? I mean, to me, it's just like it's cold, it's wet. You're on a boat. I don't know, but maybe there's a lot more to it. I'm assuming. I know. I get it. Otto's in the chat. Yo, hello. What's up, Otto? Good to have you here. Thank you for being on the stream. We have over 30 people watching. Thank you for watching.
Okay, it's going to be 29. I've just got to drop for a few minutes, give somebody a call. Is that all right? How long are you on for, OC? How long are you here for?
I'll be it depends on how long your call is, but I'll be here for the next 30 minutes, maybe at least.
Probably won't be anything like that, so I'll get in a bit. All right, thanks, man. See you soon. Cheers. Bye.
All right, cheers. Stay in the truck. Stay in the truck. Yeah, I don't do boats. I don't like boats. I mean, I'll take hop in the luxurious yacht for a cruise around Miami. Sure, I'll do that. But waking up at the crack of dawn to hop in a rowboat with like stinky raw fish, no, not for me. And in the middle, it's cold outside. It's like drizzling, cold water, salt water splashing all over you. Yeah, not for me. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If anybody wants to jump on, feel free. Otherwise, I'll just read the comments. I'll just read the comments and react, where you guys can talk amongst yourselves. BW from Jacksonville, Florida is in the chat. OC, how's it floating? It's actually really, really good. A great Sunday. It's cold. It's 51 degrees and drizzling and raining outside, but it's a nice, calm day. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. So, if you want to talk about fishing in the chat, this is your stream to go to, and I'll just sit back and watch. By the way, there was another auction here at Phillips over the past couple of days, and I will pull up some of the heavy hitters. Pull up some of that. If you guys, I'll drop this link in the chat. If you visit this link, you can peruse the lots. If there's any particular lot number you want to see and discuss, I'll pull it up. 127, 127, 127. All right, let's do 127. Let's get 127 out of the way. Boom. Let's see what happened with lot 127. Okay, lot 127 was the one that was the subject of the Jose Perez, also known as Perestroika or Periscope or whatever it's called, um, gag order, preliminary injunction. The estimate was 120 to 240, and it sold for 203, including fees. So that means it was probably sold for around 160 or 170. So I think Jose was able to scare a lot of people away from buying this one. So kudos to him. He did a good job. It didn't come anywhere near the high end of the estimate, and I would say 160 is definitely near the low end. So huge shout out to Jose. He did his job. Happy Meal says, OC and crew, you are more than welcome tonight on the Mookie Lounge open panel, 8:30 Central Time. That's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a great afternoon, gents. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be at the Neil Young concert with my son, so I'm leaving probably around 6 o'clock for that. So I won't be doing any streaming. I won't be on any panels. I won't be watching any YouTube at all. That's not something that I do. Like when I'm somewhere at dinner or I'm at a concert, I'm not watching YouTube. I'm like with my headphones, watching. That's not something that I do. I'm enjoying the live stuff. So I paid big money. I paid good money to go to a concert with my son, and I'm going to enjoy hanging out with him. So I hope everybody watching the live streams tonight has a great time, whether you're on the panel or you're in the chat. And I appreciate the invitation. So if you want to join join the Mookie Lounge tonight on the Mookie channel. Yeah, that's low. That's low for this particular lot. I think I think Jose said that there's something not right with this. So there you go. He can move the markets. He can move the markets. So let's see. Here are the big heavy hitters. The big heavy hitters from the auction over the past couple days. This is the Phillips auction, by the way, in Geneva. The top lot was lot number 55, a Patek Philippe World Time, which sold for, and this is including fees, and I didn't do the calculation to back it out, but I'm just going to say the all-in fees minus taxes was 1.7 million. I love the lugs on this one. I love the very angular lugs. They're not curvy. They're like very technical. Then we've got a Rolex Daytona 6241, sold for 1.3 million. Okay, and then we have an extremely unusual Rolex. Looks like an oyster. They're calling it the La Caravelle, which sold for 1.3 million. Check out the link that I pinned in the chat. I didn't pin in the chat, but I dropped the link to this Phillips auction in the chat. If you want to see any particular lot, let me know. Chris J says, when does the Stallone watches come up for sale? The Stallone auction is going to be in New York City on June 8th, and I will be there. That's Wednesday, June 8th. I'm paddle number 49. So if you see paddle 49 win anything, you'll know it's me. And I will be there. I'll probably be there in person. So if anybody wants to hang out with me and my good friend Sly at the auction house, let me know. I'll be there. It's at Sotheby's. Sotheby's, June 8th. Let's see. And then we have the next row here. We have a cushion case, Patek Philippe, 1.2 million. Or a Sheppy, 1.1 million, and a very ugly looking. Whoa, that's my internet. It took forever. Yeah. Check this out. Cushion case. I actually kind of like the shape, to be honest with you. I really like the shape. I love how there's a circular dial in the middle of the cushion case. So, a really, really disgusting looking Daytona, which sold for $950,000. This is just awful. Actually, technically, it's not a Daytona. It's a. Let me see. What is it? 1985. Yeah, that would be a Daytona. Just ugly as sin. Just terrible looking. In my humble, untrained opinion. And then we've got, oh, so interesting how number 145 and number 117 kind of look alike. They're, one's a Patek Philippe and then one's a Rolex. And then in the middle, you have an ugly Acrivia, which is Resheppe's brand. And it's just fucking ugly. That sold for $635,000. Wow, I don't get it. This, on the other hand, I really, really like. This is the Jean-Claude Killy. Jean-Claude Killy. I love the Jean-Claude Killy because it'd be great to get it on the English version, though. Hey, it's Jonathan Quayle Higgins. Speaking of really, really attractive, what's up?
Hey, old Brando.
Old Brando. That's my new. If there's a young Brando, then I can be old Brando.
Yeah, you're the old Brando. You're stealing his shtick, but you're not similarly attractive.
Nope, I'm not. So I don't know if you had a chance to review any of the OnlyFans or the Philips or any of the
OnlyFans.
Yeah, have you reviewed OnlyFans recently? Maybe it's
the Only Watches. Yeah.
Oh, Only Watch. Yeah, that I meant. Only Watch. There were not any Langes in the Only Watch auction, were there?
No, Lange doesn't supply. I think the entire Richemont group is not supplying. Isn't that the case? I don't recall any Richemont there. And it's going to be tough after the big scandal that they will get new donors. I applaud everyone who are still with them, I must say. I have no opinion about what happened and what the outcome is, but I have respect to the brands who still stuck with the organization.
Well, I mean, but if the organization's crooked, then you would not applaud them for sticking with them. We don't know if they're crooked or not.
Even if it's crooked, I think a part goes for charity, and there is a good cause. But of course, people should not be self-feeding. And apparently, the audit cleared them, kind of. I don't have the details. Do you have more?
No, I really didn't pay that much attention. I'm sure it was a whitewash investigation.
Yeah, like I said, I'm only following the news, the reports. I don't know how credible the auditing corpse was, so I can't say. The fact that Patek is still with them, I think, speaks for them more than against.
Gives them a lot of credibility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, AP was not there.
No,
AP
pulled out and AP got the snowball rolling, actually.
Yeah, it looks like the new CEO is making her mark. She's like, you know what? I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, that's it. Not sure if it was really her decision or if Benamia still had his hands into that. But that was a whistleblower, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
So
Did you have a chance to review any of the Philips results from today, from this morning?
no, I've just seen a recipe, and I saw you alone, and I thought that I'm hopping on.
Thank you. Sorry, did I cut you off before you wanted to say something?
Yeah, what is your thought about that disappointing result for that Bernhard Lederer CIC inverted watch on only watches?
Let me see here. So that is a terrible result, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Central impulse chronometer.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's kind of ugly. So
no, oh come on.
Okay, like a huge shout out to Bernhard Lederer for giving us that interview. We had a really amazing interview with him at Watches and Wonders. It was very generous of him, and
what a wonderful guy he is.
Great guy. The audience really loved it. He's definitely not shy about his accomplishments. You know, he definitely likes to boast about his role in horological history and how he took up the challenge to you'll correct me if I'm wrong, like develop the first like double escapement movement or something, whatever nonsense he came up with. And this is another double barrel watch, but I don't know. I mean, it's got green in it. It's got a big sapphire crystal. It's just weird. I mean, I don't know why it didn't sell for more.
Yeah, you know, the webpage, the Christie's webpage was off even yesterday. So I think they had a computer glitch. They said it had nothing to do with the results, and the results were still very strong. But I can't explain the disappointing result for this particular watch, to be honest.
Yeah, you could have let me know that I wasn't sharing the right tab, but now I am. The Christie's is actually, the website is still recovering from their issues, and they had a big auction that was scheduled for tomorrow that they've moved to Tuesday. So for people who are flying out on Tuesday, you know, they're going to be really inconvenienced because they thought the auction was going to be tomorrow. So
yeah, but if you're going to those events, you're planning another night for full of champagne and everything. So I think the damage will be overseeable.
Fella says today's results make it clear how far ahead Patek Philippe is than anyone else.
Well, they contributed over 50% to the final revenue. So I think it's fair to say that, yes.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the Philips auction where
Philips.
Where you had a bunch, where you had 200 lots or whatever and a bunch of different brands, and Patek Philippe continues to overperform in terms of collectability and desirability.
And the other brands underperformed more or less.
No, we could go through a few of them, but the link is available in the chat. People, if they want to see any particular results, we can pull them up. But yeah, this watch, I'm surprised it went so low. But there you go.
Yeah, this is a $150,000 watch that went for 45,000 Swiss francs.
Yeah. So here are the top lots. Is there anything particularly interesting about this world time?
I mean,
other than the fact that it's really, really old.
I mean, a world time 2523 is always a highlight, even without the cloisonné dial.
Oh, so this is really old, 1954.
Yeah. But you see, people are criticizing my world time for having those slimmed down crowns. And if you look at the visuals, Benjamin Chi told me that that he thinks that this particular watch looks like a Teletubby. And I think he's not totally wrong. And he's trying to avoid this design by making the crowns as slim as possible.
I agree. They look better when they're tucked in.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is interesting hands too.
Yeah, but that is those are the traditional world time hands. You can see them also on pocket watches that loop. I'm not saying the ring word, but the loop that you can see on current Patek Philippe world times is not something that historically is there.
Otto says Patek is just Patek. They are the big boss, the daddy. Yep. Fella jumps in with a comment here. Look at the percentage Patek Philippe contributed to the total volume sold, and the percentage of outcomes over $300,000. Compare that to the sales figures as a percentage of the industry. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Meal sent me some stuff in WhatsApp. So let me take a look here. Oh, yeah. Do I have permission to pull this up? Or no? Just let me know in the chat because I don't want to show anything that I'm not supposed to show. Just give me explicit yes or no. Do I have permission to show this on the stream? Sure. Okay. Hold on a second. Check this out. That's huge.
At the moment, I can't see anything. So maybe you hit the present button.
How about that?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
God, that thing's massive.
Yeah.
It says America sent OC. Okay, America sent OC a pic of my Boston-born buddy working in New York City. DEC stripper run. This is a lot of words that I don't understand.
Yeah.
DEC stripper run Hell's Gate downtown New York City. Interesting. Okay, that's a big fish.
Do you know what kind of fish that is?
I don't know what a DEC stripper is.
I hope it tastes good.
DEC stripper run.
I think that is the kind, yes. Never heard of it.
Cool. Thank you very much.
It looks cold out there. Is it still cold in Manhattan?
Well, I don't know what day that was done.
Oh, okay.
If that was recent or not. So.
How
Well,
do you like
fast.
that Cloisonné dial Rolex that went for 1.3 million?
It's
Acquired taste.
This is depicting a caravel, which is some kind of, is that a boat? And
Yes.
the original Bucher certificate. So okay.
I think a caravel is a Spanish ship sailboat.
It's okay, sure.
It's
I mean,
not my preferred motive. What I find fascinating is the colors on those vintage cloisonnés, on those old enamel dials. They are so different to the modern, and there is a reason for that. Back in the day, they mixed those enamel colors, that powder, with some really nasty metal alloys. And the fumes are really poisonous. So because of the working conditions of today, those colors are banned, and they had to find surrogates.
Look, we've got the team back. It's OC Tickers and Jonathan Quayle Higgins.
There we go, the A-team. Hey, how are you, John?
This is a reunion from January 2022.
Something like that, yes, absolutely.
Is it?
Something
I
like
don't
that.
remember that. Maybe,
weren't we on the panel together in January 2022?
We probably were. Were you at the show, OC? Did you meet the protagonist, shall we say, at a show which me, Jonathan, and Swiss were on the panel talking about things to look at? Was that right? Was that the show that you were on?
No, OC was not on. He was waiting outside, and he was
It was
stalking.
outside. Was that the show? Was that the show we were talking about? You know, when me, you, and Swiss were directing Tim to look at certain watches.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Mhm.
I think that was those are the days. Yeah, those were the days.
But OC was not live on that show, or
No, he wasn't. He met
do
him
I remember
afterwards, didn't
that
he?
wrong?
It was that. Yes, that's her. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes.
So from
Oh, look
what
at
I can see, that Rolex is really in very good condition from that one picture that you showed. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit if it has been reshaped, refinished, anything.
Oh,
It looks almost mint. All the lines are sharp. Bezel is still sharp, so looks in very well condition. I would say the crown is not original.
I've never seen a Rolex like this, John. I mean, you know, I'm not
No?
a big Rolex fan, but I've never
Well,
seen
have
a
you ever-
Rolex like this.
But have you ever seen a Rolex with that cross like that?
Yeah, those are the old crowns that had that Swiss cross. That I think that was pre the dots. Also, they had patent pending, sometimes printed on, and also brevet. I think that's the French word for patent. But in my opinion, that crown looks like it has been replaced.
Oh wow!
Very 1953. And here's the original. Let's take a look at this.
The Buchheit certificate, but they don't have the Rolex certificate, which is a little bit odd, isn't it? I mean, if you buy this watch, are you keeping the Buchheit certificate and throw away the Rolex certificate?
Hey, stuff gets lost. You know, what are you going to do? Is this the backside of the dial?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very difficult with those cloisonné dials, and I think that shape has a reason because if you don't protect the enamel during the firing process, you will end up with cracks when the motive and the distribution of the enamel is not really consistent.
I'm just going through the catalogue now, having a look at some of the stuff that's for sale.
Yeah, look at some of
sold.
the stuff.
All the stuff I'll have a look. Wow. Some nice Daytonas and a couple of Paul Newmans have gone for high value. Wow.
How
Let's
much
see
did
what else.
that Recepi go? And is that first generation? I think that's first generation, isn't it?
It's a RRCC1.
Okay, first generation.
Sold for 1.1 million. Exceptionally rare platinum. Yeah, platinum. Number
Isn't it
325.
Doesn't it say white gold? Yeah, sorry.
Platinum.
Yeah, platinum. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What I find interesting is the last Recepi that has been sold went for 650,000. That was generation first, and it was a rose gold, I think. So either there is an upcharge for platinum, which doesn't reflect the retail price, because I think the platinum was only marginally more than the rose gold, or Recepi is, I think he's pronounced Rexepi. That is, I think, the proper pronunciation. He's picking up steam.
Yes, he is. This particular one, I just don't like the color scheme of the blue on the white. I like the black versions with the gold myself, but that's just my personal preference.
Can you show us the movement and explain us a little bit about the anglage and the inboard angles and everything?
No, I cannot, but apparently you want to. So I'll happy to go back to it and see if they have a shot of the backside. Yeah, let's pull it up here. Tell us a little bit about this.
So you can see the anglage, the beveling on that main on that main plate on the top.
Like right here.
Rexepi at the moment has the widest anglage on the market, it is a recent development that the anglage is not plain. They do now the anglage curved, beveled. So in the old days, 1980s, the anglage was 45 degrees and flat. And now they're doing it beveled and also much wider. And Rexepi makes them the widest at the moment. His last generation, the generation 2, is even wider than those. I had a discussion with Russ where we said probably it's getting now too wide. It just looks a little bit like a woman that has oversized lips. So too much of a good thing looks a little bit ridiculous.
I want to give a huge shout out and welcome to Diego M, who's in the chat. I want to say hi to Mookie. Clip it, Mookie. I want to say hello to Mathis 2.0. He's no longer formerly Mathis. He's Mathis 2.0, one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. And I want to say hi to all those people in the chat. So thank you for explaining, Jonathan. That's your watch knowledge is unparalleled. So thank you.
Yeah, I didn't mention the internal angles, but I didn't want to stretch your patience.
I really like this one, by the way. Yeah, thanks for keeping it elementary, so I don't. But I really like this watch. Am I crazy, or do I think this is a beautiful watch?
That is fucking boring. I mean, it fits you.
Yeah, this is me.
Oh, spicy!
No, he nailed me. He nailed me perfectly. Like this, it's a boring 70-ish looking watch.
Yeah. Is that what? Is that the OC watch? Is it? Is that the OC watch?
So I could change the subject quickly. What does this FS indicator do here, Jonathan? What's going on with this thing at the bottom?
Fast, slow.
And what does that mean?
So that is a regulator.
Adjustment of the main. Oh, regulator.
Regulator.
It has a regulator and a swan neck counter spring. People call it a swan neck regulator, which is totally wrong because the swan neck doesn't regulate. This is a counter spring.
What part are you looking at specifically?
Well, you see on the left side of that hand that ends up in Fs and Fs, there is a kind of spring. Go down.
Oh, okay.
Left. Here. That is the swan neck.
Okay, this.
Yeah. People call that a swan neck because it looks like the neck of a swan. Mm-hmm. And that is the spring that pushes on that regulator part. And from the other side, you can see a little screw. Right
here?
Yeah, where you push out or leave back that little hand, and that swan neck spring pushes then that indicator back.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that. I like the watch even more now.
Yeah, you can see the Geneva hallmark as well, the Geneva seal. Did you see that on that Y-shaped bridge?
On the movement, I see this right here.
Yes. That's a Geneva seal.
Before they replaced it with the Patek Philippe seal.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit upset about that. I think you shouldn't be the instance that controls and checks your own work. So if you want to have credibility, you need a third party to check.
Here's the full boring watch. Nice. I like it. So call me boring.
Apparently, it's a very limited edition. Only 16 pieces have been made. And can you go back to that? I see a monopusher as well. So
which one?
That is no, it's not a monopusher. Okay,
no,
I was just making that up.
Yeah, it's got two pushers. Let's zoom a little. I'm not going to look at this Acrivia. I'm sorry. It's way too ugly. I know it has a tourbillon, but we've got a Rolex with a Conjar dial.
Wait. Going back to the Acrivia, comes from the same home, virtually has the same movement, but with a tourbillon, and it sells for half of the chronomètre contemporain. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, this one's really ugly.
Okay.
Oh, look at the shape of the case. I mean, it's a disaster
It
visually.
is only a mother can love that
Yeah,
shape. Yeah.
it's really ugly. Just like the bevels on these lugs, it's like Omega does it way better. I don't know what he was thinking here.
Yeah, he's discontinuing this case shape now, and also the Acrivian the Acrivian name will be discontinued.
Good, smart move. So is there anything from this row that you want to take a look at? Anybody? Tickers,
Hmm?
Jonathan, anyone from the chat? If anybody wants to, if they have a particular lot number that you want us to check out, type it in the chat. Other than 127, which we've already looked at.
I like that 3448 because it doesn't have a central second hand. The Patek Philippe lot number 143.
Mm-hmm.
So, Patek uses a similar dial layout now for an annual calendar. And my main beef is that this annual calendar has a central second hand. It just looks so much better without it. I'm aware that this is a perpetual calendar, I know. But my point is that the layout here is much nicer.
And okay. So the modern version looks exactly like this, correct?
More or less, yes.
But does the modern version? Let's see. It has the date.
Modern version is 5396, but Tanzil has the perpetual calendar with a different reference. So maybe you go to the Patek Philippe main page and we can find it out.
Nah, I'm not going to look at it. But there is a version of a Calatrava that has the date window right here at the bottom of the subdial. It doesn't have the pointer date, correct? Or is that a totally different model?
I think so. Yes, I think it's the
annual calendar and has a date window.
Oh yeah. That's the annual. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I actually know something for a change. Good to know. A Pigeon.
Resonance.
71,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think of that one? Anything interesting about it?
I find it interesting from the technological point of view. I'm not a fan of those added of those screws that hold those frames on those dials, and I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of F. Pigeon for several reasons. I don't like them visually. I don't like the movement finishing too much, and I don't like the hype that is around the brand.
Apart from that, Jonathan, they're okay.
Yeah, apart from that, he loves it.
yeah, in fact, he loves them apart from that.
Okay, what about these? I know you're a big fan of the German brand, but we've got the Pateks are crushing it. So let's see.
I do like those two Pateks. I do actually like
the one in the middle.
Like 54. Yeah, I do like that.
5004 looks insane. And look at all these complications. What's going on?
I could see myself rocking that 54 there.
Okay, so this is a split-second chronograph. You got and you got some kind of mono pusher. Explain to me which pusher does what function, Jonathan. See, I'm putting you on the.
Is that a pusher in the middle of the crown?
Yeah, it's a pusher in the middle of the crown. What is that?
Right.
Does that move what does that do?
So you're the watch expert, aren't you?
I'm not.
Yeah, I certainly not, unless it's worn by a door kicker.
So it's quite easy. So this is a chronograph and the perpetual calendar, apparently. So the pushers have nothing to do with the perpetual calendar. The pushers are start and stop at 2 and reset at 4. Now the pusher in the crown activates the split second. So when the chronograph is running and you push that button at the crown, then the second counter that is here in silver color, it splits, because usually those overlap. They look like one hand.
Right. So one of them
And-
stops and the second one keeps going.
Exactly. So you don't stop the chronograph. You just mark a certain event by stopping one of those 2 second counters while the other one is still running.
Got it.
And if you hit that button again, then both second counters merge together again.
And technically, I'm assuming this is pretty difficult to do.
Bloody difficult, yes.
Wow. Cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is, if I'm going to get a Patek Philippe, I want it to have like lots of stuff going on like this.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
you need
these are
lots.
very expensive.
What I really like, and this is very consistent in my taste, I like complicated watches with black dials far over complicated watches with silver or white dial. I think the black dials add just to the beauty. And have a look at those windows for the day of the week and the month, because you are the guy who is always complaining about my Lange with
Yes.
black dial, that the date is having a white background. Patek is doing the same here.
It actually kind of looks good from a contrast readability perspective on this one, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, but wouldn't you object that in terms of harmony, it would be good if it would be the other way around?
Yeah, yeah. You could do it either way. I think the beauty with a black dial is you could pull off either and justify either way. If you can you make the black on the date these discs the exact same black that's on the dial or not?
I think
Because
theoretically you could, but I tried to convince Lange to replace the color of my date discs, and I received a polite no.
a polite F off.
That's what you said. That is how I interpret it, but it was a no.
This is similar to the one that we looked at earlier, but it's got some added stuff, right?
I haven't watched earlier, so but this has
Well, the one that we were looking at, the one with the swan regulator.
with the swan neck regulator. Well, here you don't have a swan neck regulator spring. Because
Cool
that
stuff.
is a free-sprung balance wheel. So if you zoom in, I can explain that to you. So there are 2 ways of regulating a balance spring. The first you've seen with that little hand that goes faster and slower. The second way to regulate that watch is by having those little weights on the balance wheels. Can you see that? There are little weights, circular weights with a slot.
Circular weights with a slot.
At the rim, outside at the balance
these.
wheel. Yes.
These, yeah.
So those are regulating weights, and the part with the slot is lighter than the part that is solid.
Right.
And depending on how you turn them, you can regulate the balance wheel moving faster or slower.
Got it. It really is very, it's all physics. It's all mechanical physics.
All physics. The advantage of this kind of configuration is that you don't have to tamper the hairspring of the balance wheel. The other thing with that regulator, you're shortening or making the hairspring longer effectively. Here, the length of that hairspring remains constant, and you're changing the weight distribution on the balance wheel.
This is a more archaic approach, though, correct?
This is more modern, actually. The
really?
traditional one is with the regulator.
Thanks for sharing. Good stuff. Then we have another. This is we have another Patek Philippe with a cushion case. We've got another Pigeon. This is the
Yeah,
Souverain.
the cushion case is interesting with that central pusher. So I'm not sure if that is also a split second, but it doesn't have a reset button. Can you see that?
Yes.
And it's also in stainless steel, so that is bloody rare. I think I've been talking about that on my show. When Patek Philippe does a super complicated watch with a stainless steel case, that is always collector's gold, because Patek Philippe doesn't do that often. Just have a look at that only watch that they sold for 17 million. That is a steel case with a super complicated movement.
Yeah.
Here you have a stainless steel case with a split second and with a mono pusher at 2, because that starts, stops, and resets the chronograph, while the mono pusher or the pusher in the crown operates the split second again.
Good stuff. I want to say hi to Dodger, who is in the chat. What's up, Dodger? And DCNLV. Hey, DC. Well, thanks for being with us today. And I want to also acknowledge the fact that DCNLV reminds everybody to upvote the live stream. That's right. We have 37 people watching. Let's try to get to 35 likes, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you.
So Goldfinger is asking, any news about my Simon Brett? No crickets. I haven't heard from him.
Nothing. Okay. Let's see if we can find a Longa in this bunch.
There is a Philippe Dufour. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
How
one,
much did that go?
400,000.
That's interesting, because Philippe Dufour recently raised his prices. So if you're ordering a Simplicity from him right now, you're paying 750,000 Swiss francs. So this kind of money is a little bit disappointing, I would say. I don't recall any Philippe Dufour going in the 400s recently.
Your Simone Brett, it's still in process, right? Or is it
Well,
you're still on the list?
I asked for an application, and so far I have heard nothing. I was bragging with the article about my Celestial Voyager. I was bragging with my YouTube channel. Probably it's your fault, because he saw you and said, "No, I'm not going to sell this watch to the guy who is friends with such a person."
Probably. You know, I'm notorious. They probably did a search for me on Google.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think there is a no massive forehead policy with Simon Brett as well.
Yep. That is true. So you've been guilt by association.
Tickers is laughing his ass off.
It's okay.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, your microphone's off. Your microphone's off. Wrong mic.
I said, I don't know why they call you cone head. I don't think your head's much like a cone at all.
No. And by the way, there are other people who have much bigger foreheads than I have. So.
Like I have.
Yeah, I think I have to. So I see 209 Cartier Tank à Guichet. Tell us what Tank à Guichet means, and what the special thing is about.
I love how you pretend like it's your job to quiz me. 209.
Well, that's what you do always when you are on my channel.
Well, you're the watcher. 209. Rod, this Cartier. Are you asking me what this watch does?
I'm sure that Swiss doesn't Swiss like this kind of. I'm sure that Swiss likes this kind of watch.
Swiss and we both love this particular watch.
Yeah, this is this window here is the hour of the day, and they call this a jumping hour, which means I'm not sure why they call it that, but basically, down here you have the minutes, and then when it reaches 60 minutes, then this hour jumps to the next hour. But you can only see visible in the window the current hour. You can't see anything else.
Very good. Well guessed, I would say. And it jumps because it wouldn't make sense if it's moving slowly. because if you can only see half of the 10,
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
the way
but
they
this-
the way they design it, so it just it saves up the force or whatever, it just like clicks
Yeah.
clicks over.
It's just like a date wheel, basically. So,
like a date
so
wheel.
it moves over then at a certain time. What is interesting, this is the old original one. I think that is from the 1930s in white
1931.
gold. In white gold. How do I know that it's white gold? Usually when it's platinum, it has a red stone on the crown. This has a blue stone on the crown, which indicates then gold. How much did that go for?
This one
I'm
went
curious.
for 400,000.
Oh, okay. Went for good money. Yeah, double of the estimate. I was guessing that it would go for 300. They also had the re-edition, I think from the 1990s, in platinum. Would you mind to pull that up?
Do you know the lot number?
No, but if you search with by maker Cartier, you may be able to find that. I think there is a search function. Makers.
Here we go.
There you go.
Right here.
120. Okay.
From 1997.
Yeah, people are starting to discover that. I think the first time Swiss and we discussed this particular watch, it went for 60, 70.
And so you're saying that the value of this watch has doubled basically in the last few years?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Platinum. This is platinum. Yeah, you're right. With the red, is that a red ruby cabochon?
That is a ruby, yes. Mm-hmm.
To commemorate Cartier's 150th anniversary. It's numbered 101 out of 150.
Mm-hmm.
So
I found it interesting that they had the original and the re-edition in the same auction. So you could really compare those two and also the prices that they reach.
Very good. Let's see. We'll uncheck that.
How much did that Cartier crash go for?
We'll go back to that. 298,000.
Okay. Not sure if you've seen all those pictures from the Met Gala. I think 4, 5, 6 person. Everybody was wearing a crash. So it seems to be the new darling of the New York high society.
I don't know why the estimate was so low, because generally those things sell for 1 to 300,000, don't they?
Yeah, but those are the old ones. Here, this apparently is a re-edition. Otherwise, you would be right.
So this is 2022. Yeah, so it's basically a new one that sold for 300,000.
Those old ones go for crazy prices.
I guess is the salmon dial that made it rare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite unusual because usually we know it in yellow gold with the traditional Cartier dial. Can we check for Anders and Genève? I think they had one world time, and I'm pretty sure it sucked price-wise. Oh, no. Is that a secular calendar, or what is it? 1 second. No, jump or... Okay.
Looks like a retrograde. Or a step. Yeah.
Number 2 of less than 10 made. White gold. Jump hour.
That doesn't sound very definitive. Of less than 10? Well, how many?
Well, you have to keep in mind Andersen during his 40 years of owning his own company, he made 1,400 watches.
Yeah, not very many.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not doing well on the secondary market. There is only one world timer which is called the Mundus, which is incredibly flat. and Japanese collectors love those, and regularly they go for high prices. The others are really disappointing.
Let's check out. There were 8 langas that were in this auction, and let's just sort it by high to low. So the top langa in this particular auction was lot 29, 330,000. It's a stainless steel Longo 1.
Yes, stainless steel langas are incredibly rare because usually that is what they don't do. So collectors are going crazy. There's something written about the scholarship changing. Can you pull up the description text? Maybe we find something interesting.
A scholarship changing stainless steel wristwatch with small seconds. It's just a regular. Let's see here.
With more research shows.
Watch was consigned by the original owner, bought in 1999 from German retailer Oding Ersel.
Indicate that. Right. Okay.
Yeah. The movement numbers, the guarantee indicates the correct case and movement numbers, but mentions reference 101027X, which is a secret reference. White gold, silver dial, blue hands.
Yeah, I don't understand the term scholarship changing. Do they mean that this is unusual, or what does that mean?
No, I don't know what that means.
So, but certainly stainless steel langas are rare. I know that I've seen some steel lange ones with a normal dial, which is then silverish. Never seen one with a blue dial. So that adds a level of rareness, I would say.
Huge shout out to Thomas Burnett, who's in the chat. I want to say hi to Thomas. I want to say hi to Dingo Dave from Australia. Also, Trading Profits, Watch It's Brian, Wristwatch Holic. So many cool people in the chat. Take the opportunity to like the stream and make sure you're subscribed. Thank you very much.
Apparently, Thomas is accusing me of heavy breathing. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you okay? Because you're breathing heavily. So not sure.
I was running around with the dogs for 10 minutes. The dogs were just running around like loonies for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I was. Sometimes you got to occupy them before they go a bit mad.
Yeah, when I'm talking to OC, I'm always on the brink of passing out. So
that's right.
I can understand that.
From exhaustion. Let's see. We got 2. Looks like these are 2 of the same, but one's a big Longo one and one's a little Longo one.
Yeah.
A little Longo one has a diamond bezel.
Well, that is a little lange. Little langes usually have those guilloche dial. That is their shtick. So that is a relatively normal watch, I would say. The other one, which is the bigger one, 20th anniversary, that is probably a little bit more special. But I don't know much about those particular watch. Yeah, if you go up a little bit, there is a polymerite, but not a tourbillon. Yeah, here in the middle, 157. It looks like a simple 3-hander watch, but if you turn it around, you can see that constant force mechanism, the Fusain chain, just in like in my recent acquisition. So that is a wolf in a sheepskin.
Yeah, so you can see there's a chain right here
that
wraps around.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just like you're riding a bicycle when you're a kid. You know,
yes,
chain.
but many people. Yeah, but many people don't understand the purpose of the chain. Many people say it just connects those 2 drums or those 2 wheels. That is only half truth, because the drum or the wheel on the left is a cone, and the trick of that chain is that both are connected, but the torque is variable because of the cone-shaped counterpart. Was it understandable, or am I talking deliberately?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand all these watch parts. So when you say the cone, and like
You can't see the cone, unfortunately. The cone is hidden.
That explains why I'm confused.
Yep.
What
Look,
any of these other ones, like this yellow gold, is unusual too for Longa?
it is, in my opinion, it's but ugly. So
Okay, so forget it. Let's
it's
move
not my
up to
thing.
this. What about this one with the ugly looking bracelet? I mean,
Well, that is a special watch because that is a tourbillon. Is that a polymerite? Can you pull that up?
yeah.
Is
Is that
that
an enamel? Is that an enamel dial? Is that dial enamel?
as far as
No.
I know, not. No, it's silver
No,
plated.
Still,
But this
still
is
plated.
this is a little bit disappointing, I must say, with 215, because those gold braces are very rare and reach pretty high prices. And those first tourbillons are technical marvels in a very small case. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that result. And you can see the high estimate was 262, reached out 215. I would have hoped that this would go for over 300. I know people spending for a similar watch without the gold bracelet, like 250 or something. But I think that bracelet is not the Wellendorf, so that may be one of the factors. Can we see the description if that is a Wellendorf bracelet or not? I think that is the one that came later.
It is yes, it is.
Oh, it is Wellendorf. Okay.
18K Wellendorf bracelet.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit surprised about that price. I was hoping that it would go higher.
The only issue that I have with the bracelet is like where it connects with the case. It has these three long. It just looks visually like they're not connected to the lugs here. It's just they've got this big gap, whereas here it looks like everything is
It's moved together.
Yeah, it's more together.
But it looks odd because the watch is laying flat. If it's on your wrist, those merge a little bit better, I would say.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, that's a good point. And as a matter of fact, maybe there's a shot here on the wrist that we can take a look at.
Yeah.
Maybe, nope, they don't give us a shot on the wrist, so that's not helpful. It just.
But I agree with you. It's not really attractive.
Nope. But yeah, just
how it looks. So, but what is significant about this is Lange presented their first collection in 1994. Unknown brand. I think they sold around 170 pieces at that presentation, and they included a tourbillon, and not only a tourbillon. They were the first to do a fusée and chain. The secret is, or everybody knows, that those have been assembled by Renaud et Papy. That was their one of their first big orders. So Renaud et Papy made those watches.
Check out some Rolexes. I actually like this Oyster Quartz Datejust a lot. Very simple.
And still quite a high price.
12,000. Yeah. Overpriced, probably. You can probably find one for cheaper.
A lot of these I remember when you could find them for 2,000. Nobody
I was looking at the auction of these modern pieces that way overpriced. Like this old Batman for 15,000. I mean, old two-tone root beer for 15,000. It's way overpriced.
Yep.
Pepsi 19,000. These are modern watches.
Yeah, but
Let's see if
prices
there's-
are coming down also with those. But we can debate if it makes sense to buy a modern Pepsi for 20.
Yeah,
Or if it-
here's a modern Batman for 21.5,
Yeah.
which is easily 4,000 over without.
Yeah,
They
totally.
still have to pay tax on top of that. So let's see if there's anything interesting.
Kind of dial
let me
is
know.
that day-date? Is that a wooden dial or
Yeah, that looks like wood. Look at burl wood. Let me just double check, see what they say. It is.
wood dial? Says.
Yeah, they just say wood. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. 22,000.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those wood dial, but that hasn't aged well. I would say it is reddish.
No,
Maybe
they
it's
they
from the-
haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tridor.
Yeah, two of them.
Yeah.
33,000 for two different lots. They both
Yeah.
sold for the same price, 33,000.
Interesting. Yeah. Only different color of the stones at the batons.
That's right. One with sapphires, it looks like, and one with emeralds.
Yeah. Those have been unsellable when we had them in the stores. Tridor, nobody really wanted them. Everybody wanted the gold look, and yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like a candy, like some of the candies with the multiple colors.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is interesting. I hate when they do the 6 and a 9 like this on these Rolexes on the one on the right.
Mhm.
The date.
You're absolutely right. Yes.
Ugh.
What
Right,
kind of-
guys, I'm going to drop off. Listen, OC, have a fantastic gig tonight, mate. Very jealous.
Thank you very much. I'll send you some
Let us know what you
pictures.
think about it.
You'll be,
Yeah,
actually you'll be
don't-
asleep. I'll wait till tomorrow because I don't want to wake you up. So
No, don't worry. So it'll be on silent. You can send all the pictures you like. Yeah,
peace out.
enjoy. Yeah,
Have a good one.
brilliant. See you,
Thank
Dave.
Bye,
Jonathan.
Tickers.
Good to see you again. Cheers, mate, man. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. What pictures are you talking? Are you having secrets?
I'm going to go see Neil Young tonight in concert with my son. So
Yeah.
one of
yeah,
his
I remember.
it's one of his Grail concerts. So I'll be sending him some
Mhm.
pics. I like this. This is the Zenith Daytona,
Yep.
or looks
you
very
know
similar
how
to the
you
new
can-
one.
Do you know how you can identify the zenith from the in-house movement?
Yeah, for me, what I do is I look at the orientation of the subdials, and the
Mhm.
subdials here are the middle of the subdials is perfectly aligned with the center of the dial, with the 3 and the 9 indexes here. And then the other thing is that the zenith movement has the seconds and the chronograph swapped out, so the
Yep.
subdial at the 6 and the 9 are different from the new movement. The new movement has those in different places.
Very well.
Now, one thing I still have never mastered is what the inverted 6 is. Like, so this is a. Let me just pull up the big image here. So this is a 12, 3,
9.
9, 9, which means this is supposed to be a 6 when you look at it upside
Yeah.
down. But there are some models that have this as a 6
Mhm.
here instead of a 9, right?
Yeah, I'm
Or
not the
whatever.
specialist who knows about all the particular errors and niggles of those dials. That doesn't interest me too much. But this looks. Is it almost mint because it also has the case-back sticker? What does the description say?
They consider this new old stock. So
Okay.
it's very, very well preserved. I mean, look at the bezel.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the crispness of the shine.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Should we discuss recut bezels on Rolex watches?
No, let's not.
Okay.
But we don't want to talk about dodgy bezels. 1994.
How much did it go for?
It went for 35,000, which
Oh,
actually, I can see somebody paying that, no problem, at all.
Do you
You
know
get a
about the story of how Zenith became into connection with Rolex and so on?
I have no idea, other than the fact that probably Rolex wanted to create a chronograph and an integrated chronograph in that, and they didn't have their own movement. So in order to not lose years of time in development, they just reached out to Zenith and probably partnered to have to modify theirs and throw it in this watch. Is there
Yes
more
and
nuance
no.
to it than that? Yeah.
Yes and no. So the previous model was a manual wind chronograph, which is a pain in the ass when you have a lock-on crown and you have to unlock the crown every time that you wind up the chronograph. That was the reason why the old manual chronograph didn't sell well. And Rolex was trying to get an automatic chronograph, and like you say, they didn't have the movement. Now, a couple of years earlier, Ebel approached Zenith if they could provide them with their discontinued automatic chronograph movement, El Primero. And Ebel were the first clients who were basically buying up all those old movements and got Zenith back in business again. And without that deal, I think it wouldn't have been possible for Zenith then to supply Rolex with much more movements than with the Ebel deal. So Ebel was the first step, and then the Rolex deal was the second step.
Cool. Jonathan, I want to tell you it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. I want to thank Tickers
I
for
was
being
an
on the
absolute
show.
bore.
Nah, you were fine. You were great. And I want to thank everybody in the audience for joining. We've hit the 2-hour mark, which is perfect for me. I'm going to remind everybody to hit the like button on the way out and make sure you're subscribed. I want a huge shout out to Boston Collector who joined the chat, and Muhammad Ali. Thanks for being in the chat. And that's it. Have a great afternoon. Happy Mother's Day to all. And we will catch you on the next one.
Enjoy the
Peace out.
concert.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jonathan. Peace out, everybody.